So students, we've spoken about the important information of the first week of your orientation week for the Field Sales Executive Program. We did discuss, quickly sharing again, we discussed Sony Group PPT, Skill Induction PPT, Prerit Office Visit, Headquarter Visit, a Chai Pe Charcha with your placement counselors, and a special one-to-one discussion with your final interviewer before we get to the client interviews. So today we are going to talk about what happens once the orientation week is over. So the training on the 3 foundation pillar of sales will begin. So this program is divided into 3 sections. First is your core domain knowledge of sales. Second, your English language and presentation in front of the client. That will be another 30 days. And the next 15 days would be your preparation, जिसमें हम आपके overall learning of the last 2 months को polish करेंगे, and we will make you ready for the client interviews. So I'll talk about the training on the 3 foundation pillars of sales. So in this 30-day period, you'll get a complete knowledge of the sales and distribution management system. We'll improve your client communication. We'll implement what you've learned through sales exposure. So we'll give you a script to practice. We will do audio recordings with you. There will be mock client conversations that you will have over a telephone, which will be recorded and then reviewed by your trainers to give you feedback on how well you're doing and what your areas of improvement are. Then we will also talk about how to write effective emails to clients for deal closures. Yes, a lot of the sales closures happen on the email functionality. There is definitely a need for a stamp that is required, that definitely you've closed the deal. These are your terms and conditions of your agreement with that client. And it is very important that you should know how to write or how to draft those emails to your clients. Ready, steady, go. So after you've understood what your curriculum will look like for the next 2.5 months, let's talk about the sales and distribution management system, which is your core domain that you'll be working on. So this sales, this magical word sales, has been talked about for many years now. A lot of us, many of our gurus have tried to master it, because this is the thing that gets the Lakshmi in, that gets the money rolling into your accounts. So we have gone through many books of sales curriculum, and we've carefully selected a book for you, which is the Sales and Distribution Management by Tapan K. Panda and Sunil Yadav. We will be covering this book only in the next few weeks with you. So I highly recommend you to go and buy this book. The book is also available at the office, admin office, for purchase at $250. Please, within your orientation week, get your book so that you can prepare yourself well for this journey of next 2.5 months. We will be covering this book in about 30 days. We'll be going through 12 units in particular, and we will be, remember, this is a rigorous training. This is kind of like a crash training where we're condensing all of the information for you, and you have to make sure that you work very hard day in and day out so that you can get to your ultimate goal of getting a job in a very short span. And I promise you, if you work with me, I will make sure that you're sitting in that client office or you're sitting in that job office very quickly. So in the next 30 days, you'll be taking weekly objective and subjective tests. So mark your calendars, guys. Every Thursday, you will be going through subjective tests, and every Friday, you will be going through objective tests. In the subjective test, we will give you a question paper which will have 10 questions, and you will have to write in your own words what do you deduce of that question. And on the Fridays, we will give you objective tests where we will be giving you options on each question. There'll be just 10 questions, but you'll have to mark the right option. Once the sales domain knowledge is covered, we will be doing the spoken English coaching for 30 days. So how do you present yourself in front of the client, how to look sharp and professional, what to dress, how to tie your hair in case of girls, and how to get your haircut done, what your beard should be looking like, whether you should have a beard or not, etc. How to look sharp and professional. How we do it, we will even call an industry expert who will come and explain your look, how the client looks at you, perceives you if you dress a certain way, and how it becomes easy to get that job if you're dressed nicely. Then we'll talk about how to give a presentation in front of a crowd. So if you're into sales, definitely you need to work on your language, presentation skills. You should know what to put out there on a PowerPoint presentation, what to say in minimum number of words, but make a powerful impact. Also, how to crack that deal, what methodology to use, what do you give as a freebie, what do you not say on the first meeting with the client, when do you introduce the price to the client. So all of that we will be talking about in the next 30 days with you. So the last leg of your training will be very, very, very important. I would say the most important period. So this will be a 15-day period where 5 days we will be working on your CV prep and review. So you will go through making a Word document where you will put all your skill sets, your past experiences, even if you don't have any past experience, how to make your skills shine bright in your CV so that the client knows that this is the right candidate for my job, for my office. Also, the next 5 days we'll be doing mock interviews with your approver, the person who will give us a go ahead on yes, now you're ready for the client interview. So please take this time very, very seriously. Practice at home, practice with your friends, do mock interviews, learn about mock interviews through YouTube videos, etc. before you come in for this section, right? Then in the next 5 days, which are your final 5 days with us, we will be sending you to the client location where you will be going through interviews with them. Now, we don't know how many interviews the client will ask us to send you for. It depends on how well your first interview goes and how elaborate their interview structure is. You may be called for an HR interview, you may be called for a technical interview, you may be called for a final interview. There may be more, we don't know, right? So we have to make sure that we are ready. Even if there are 7 interviews, we are ready for them, right? And you are easily able to crack, and you have the confidence to go through there and tell them, you can throw anything at me, I will fly out, right? I will be giving and passing, and I will not falter. So what's next? Once all of this is behind you, we will share a list of cities where the client has their openings. So our clients are distributed pan-India. There are different locations and different job profiles in sales. So your salary range could start from 25,000 to 40,000 once you've gone through the right probation and you've proved to them that you are the right candidate. So we will make you select 3 preferences of location, and we'll send you there for the probation of 6 months. During the 6 months probation period, there will be only a stipend, my friends, where you will get enough money for satisfying your food and accommodation needs. But that will be the extent of it. It will just be a stipend in this first 6 months. Once you're done successfully with the tapasya of 6 months, you will be absorbed and there is no looking back, my friends. We have opportunities for placement in UK, USA, Canada, Netherlands, and Dubai also. So this overall training will open so many opportunities in the probation period for you. So if you do well, the clients are ready to absorb you for international positions as well. We will talk more about international placements once this training period is over, right? So finally, I'm coming to the last section of my presentation today. Now, if you think all of this information could be helpful for you, could be helpful for making a good career in sales, And if you think there is a friend that could benefit as well along with you in this journey, please share his name and number with one of our admissions officer. Her name is Lata and her number is given below. Please call her or WhatsApp her. She will be happy to listen to any queries and answer. And if your friend needs some counseling, if your friend needs to get some questions answered, has worries or concerns about sales as a future, I assure you she knows what your career progression will look like in the field of sales, and she can answer all your questions very well. Thank you everyone for listening today. All the best, and I hope you're ready for this opportunity.